What is short, powerful, magical, and can bite your ankles with ease? Well, that is the halfling and a gnome. Hello and welcome to Badly Explained, a series on here where I badly explain D&D classes, races, and lore. Today we're talking about the shortest races of all of Dungeons & Dragons, halflings and gnomes. Now, you may be asking if you're looking at the list of D&D races.
But Dice, you skipped half-elves. You should be doing half-elf next, you stupid idiot.
Well, here's my reason. The only difference between a half-elf and a regular elf is that one of your parents was a normal elf and the other person was just a normal person. Normally, it can only be a human, but if you're spicy, you can choose a different race. Just don't tell the rules lawyers that, otherwise they'll get pissed.
What about the sacred text, you rule of cool son of a bitch?
Aw, shit, here we go! Bring it on, bitch! Whew, okay, sorry about that. I just had to handle some rules lawyers about that. I'm just gonna put my sword down over here. And let's keep on talking about halfling and gnomes now, shall we? So what is a halfling? Well, basically you're a hobbit. And if that explanation is too confusing for you, let me dumb it down for you even further. You're basically a short person with hairy feet. How short are you? Well, you're considered 3 foot tall, so that is very small in the D&D world. Halflings also get to live a long time, around about 200 years, so they're gonna be around here for a while. Also, fun fact, there's a little bit of controversy when it comes to halflings.
What controversy in the D&D community? I would never think there would be something so petty that would happen into the beloved D&D community that I love so much.
Oh, I don't know. I think the OGL was a pretty big controversy. Also, if you guys want me to badly explain the D&D controversy of the OGL, let me know and I'll probably make a video about it. Alright, grab your tea, cause there is gonna be some drama. So in the original first edition of Dungeons & Dragons, halflings were called hobbits. This was a reference to Tolkien's hobbits, and you know, as nerds in the fellow community, we like to reference these things because, hey, who the hell doesn't love hobbits? But then the Tolkien estate was like, we're suing you. For a reference? We've sued for less, so pay up. And then they dropped it and called them halflings. So what can you do as a halfling? Well, a lot, actually. You're a nimble fellow, so you're gonna get a +2 to your dexterity. Due to your height, your speed is going to be a 25 feet instead of the crisp 30 feet. You're also brave as a little halfling, so you get advantage from being frightened from any creature or spell. With your size, you get halfling nimbleness, which lets you move in between spaces of between creatures who are larger than you. You can also speak in your native language, halfling, so go figure on that. Also, you get access to what I like to call the fuck you feature of halflings, or in its proper terminology, lucky. Whenever you roll a nat 1 on any roll that you roll, you get to re-roll that and you have to use that new roll. Lucky bastards. Moving on to the sub-races for the halflings, and there are 4 of them for these little guys. First off, we have Ghostwise Halfling. These are warrior-based halflings where your wisdom increases by 1, and you get access to a cool ability called Silent Speech, which lets you communicate telepathically to any creature that's in front of you. Next up are the Lightfoot Halflings. Now these guys get an extra +1 to their charisma score. Also, Lightfoot Halflings are extra sneaky, which means that they can hide when they're obscured by a creature that is larger than them. So you become a true ankle biter. Next up is the Lowston Halfling. These halflings live on the wild side of nature. This makes you so wise that your wisdom increases by 1. Also, because you're a child of nature, you get to learn the Druid Crab cantrip. You also learn the Entangle and Spike Growth spell at 3rd and 5th level. Also, ability checks to track you have disadvantage and you can walk through some difficult terrain with ease. Finally, we have the Stout Halflings, which are halflings with dwarven blood. Your constitution increases by 1, and you also get resistance from being poisoned, so hey, that's pretty cool. Buh. Next up, we have the Gnomes. Now, these guys are also considered a small race. Where halflings are all about staying home and eating second breakfast, gnomes are curious little creatures that's all about tinkering with cool magical shit. So as a gnome, your intelligence increases by 2 because inside that small body is a very, very big brain. Also, as a gnome, you get to live up to 500 years. That is like half of 1,000 years. That is a little bit insane. Okay, look, let me just go on a little bit tangent here. Okay, so can you just imagine the existential crisis of you living for almost 1,000 years. That is way too much. I barely can understand what I'm going to be doing for the next 10 years, let alone the 100 years I'll have in my life. Holy crap, how as a gnome do you not have so much anxiety with all that time in your hand? I barely have time on my hand and I'm like freaking the hell out. What the balls? This existential crisis is brought to you by anxiety and depression. Go check them out. Just like halflings, your speed is 25 feet because you have tiny legs. You also have dark vision, so enjoy annoying your DM every time you walk into a dark, dark place. You learn Gnomish as a second language. You also get Gnome Cunning, which lets you roll with advantage with any wisdom, intelligence, charisma saving throw against any magic. Again, use this to make your DM cry. Make your DM cry, player. Make them cry. The first one is Deep Gnome, which are basically like drow elves. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then maybe perhaps I shall, direct you to a video where I talk about said elves with all the elves creatures right here. Shameless plug. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go check it out. Please. But essentially, deep gnomes are gnomes that live underground. Somehow, living underground increases your dexterity by 1. I don't know. Maybe they got like an underground gym or something. Ugh. Deep gnomes also don't get to live a long time. They get to live about 250 years, which is a little bit shorter, but it's still long enough to have an existential crisis. As a deep gnome, you get superior dark vision, which lets you see 120 feet in front of you in any dark place. You also get stone camouflage, which lets you have advantage with any stealth check whenever you are in any rocky terrain. You also learn Undercommon as your special second language. Forest gnomes are basically the embodiment of every single cottagecore content creator on this freaking universe. They basically live in the forest. Your dex increases by 1. You also get the minor illusion cantrip, so enjoy pranking people with this dope-ass skill. Also, through the power of cottagecore, you are able to talk with animals. So essentially, you're a small Snow White, go figure. Finally, we have the rock gnomes, which are the tinkerers of the group. Your constitution increases by 1, because you gotta be ripped when you're making cool-ass stuff. You also get artificial lore, which lets you roll a history check on any magical object, archaeological, or any tinker tool. You get to know all of that stuff. Pretty cool. Finally, we have the tinker skill, which we are proficient in any artisan tool. Using these bad boys, you can spend an hour to create a tiny clockwork object. These devices comes into 3 things. A toy that can take the shape of any creature, a fire starter that can produce cute magical flames, or a music box that can play any kind of music that you're into. But no copyright music, otherwise YouTube will get angry at us. And that's all there is to it. Now go play as a gnome and halfling, you big-ass nerd. Hey everybody, thank you for watching to the end of the video. If you like what you saw, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell so that you are notified of new cool videos, and there'll be always new cool videos coming up on here because we are on a magical content creating roll, baby! Yeah! And also, if you like me, follow me on my socials if you want to catch up with me and what I'm doing said day. And now, special patron shout out to Mohammed Al-Kawai, Ben Little, Luke Eccles, Douglas Kislook, Raven Garvin, Nick Durham, The Chill Sun, DJM Blue, Cass Bobble, Aaron, Zachary Lowry, Pyrus Nikos, Jackie Ann Blair, Caitlin Gullickson, Lost Atten, Stephen Fun, Adam Gollinger, Isabel Rakimoff, Bobby Joe Casto, Tabitha Elizabeth Allison Trammell, and Tanisha Kaneda. And if you want your name to be shouted out at the end of these videos, then please become a member of my Patreon, where you get to become a producer of one of these videos. We have a $1 tier where you guys get access to my special Discord server and also to my Minecraft server, so you get to hang out with moi. There is a $3 tier where you get access to a monthly D&D podcast where I talk about D&D stuff. There's a $10 tier where you guys get to play video games with me every month on my stream. There's also a $20 tier where you guys get to play Dungeons and Dragons with me as the DM. So yeah, go check that out. Again, thank you so much again for watching these videos. They make my heart smile, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. And if there's anything that I can improve on, please let me know. I am always open to criticism, and I want to make things better on here because I want to make this my full-time career. Also, special shout out to Panna for editing this cool-ass video. Go give them a good follow and all that stuff. And yeah, that's all there is to it. I will see you guys later, okay? Alright. Be kind to yourselves. Peace.